Meet Sarah. She's 21, she has a fever, and a headache that feels like someone's tightening a clamp around her skull. She's already made her diagnosis. Flu. Ibuprofen, water bottle, blanket burrito, problem solved. Except a few hours later, she feels even worse. She's throwing up, and when she looks at her ceiling lights, it feels like she's staring directly into the sun. Her roommates notice that she's starting to answer questions a bit too slowly, like her brain is buffering. What Sarah doesn't know yet is that this isn't the flu, or her sinuses, or bad cafeteria food. It's an infection sitting right up against her brain. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn what meningitis actually is, why one version of it is basically a bad week, and the other version can be life-threatening within hours, the warning signs that should send you to the emergency department immediately, and what actually happens when you get there. And somewhere in the middle, I'm going to tell you about the one meningitis symptom almost everybody is quietly waiting to see before they take it seriously, and why waiting for it can be a genuinely dangerous mistake. Quick note before we dive in, I'm a board-certified emergency medicine physician, and this channel is all about translating what I see every day in the ER into plain English. No jargon, just the stuff you actually need to know. If that sounds like something you'd find helpful, please like this video and subscribe. Here's the part most people don't realize. Meningitis isn't an infection inside your brain. Your brain and spinal cord are wrapped in a few thin protective layers called the meninges. Think of them as the brain's shrink wrap. Meningitis is what happens when those layers get inflamed, usually because of an infection. So it's not your brain that's infected, it's the packaging, which honestly doesn't sound so bad until you remember that packaging is sitting directly against your central nervous system, and swelling in a place that tight has nowhere good to go. There are two main flavors, and this is the part that really matters for Sarah. Viral meningitis is more common, and a lot of cases are milder and improve with rest, fluids, and time. Think rough week, not medical emergency. Bacterial meningitis is a different animal. It's much less forgiving. It can progress within hours, and it requires emergency antibiotics, not the wait it out with soup plan. Here's the frustrating part. In the early hours, viral and bacterial meningitis can look almost identical. There is no home test and no reliable way to just feel which one you have, which means the safe move is never wait and see if it gets worse. It's always get it checked. Picture the classic trio: fever, a headache that feels genuinely different from your normal headaches, and a stiff neck. Not slept on it wrong stiff, more physically cannot tuck my chin to my chest stiff. Then layer on nausea and vomiting, eyes that suddenly hate every light source in the house, and a kind of mental fog, confusion, trouble focusing, feeling off in a way that's hard to describe. Here's the nuance that trips people up. You don't need every single symptom for it to be meningitis. And in babies, it can look completely different. Poor feeding, unusual fussiness, vomiting, or a baby who's unusually sleepy and hard to wake. Infants often don't get the stiff neck at all. Back to Sarah. Fever, headache, check. But she didn't have the one symptom most people are secretly waiting for before they panic. Remember the symptom I mentioned earlier, the one everyone's waiting for? It's the rash. A dark red or purple spotted rash can happen with a meningococcal bloodstream infection. It's real, and it's a genuine red flag when it shows up. But it's not required for meningitis to happen. Someone can have severe, rapidly progressing meningitis with completely clear skin the entire time. So if you or someone you love has a bad headache, fever, a stiff neck, or sudden confusion, please don't stand there waiting for spots to show up before you take it seriously. The rash is a bonus clue, not a required ticket. Here's the combination that should move you from let me just lie down to let's go. Fever plus a severe headache, real neck stiffness, confusion or acting strangely, extreme sleepiness or trouble waking someone up, a seizure, symptoms getting rapidly worse, or that purple pinprick style rash. Meningitis isn't a self-diagnosis. There's no WebMD deep dive, no home remedy, no let's give it until the morning. If the picture fits, the emergency department is genuinely the safest place to be. So let's say Sarah's roommate finally drags her in. First, the team does a rapid assessment, vital signs, a neuro check, looking for any signs this has spread into her bloodstream. Next, blood work and blood cultures to look for infection and see what's circulating. There's another step that sounds scarier than it is. If meningitis is suspected, you will often get a CAT scan of your head and then a lumbar puncture, otherwise known as a spinal tap. A needle goes into the lower part of your back to collect a small sample of the fluid surrounding the spinal cord. It does not go into the spinal cord itself. That fluid tells us almost everything we need to know, including whether it's viral meningitis or bacterial meningitis. If bacterial meningitis is even on the table, we don't sit around waiting for every result to trickle in. IV antibiotics start urgently, and in the right situations, a steroid like dexamethasone is given alongside them. For someone like Sarah, this is exactly why getting to the ED early matters. Waiting at home to see if one more thing shows up can cost precious time. Quick recap. Meningitis is inflammation of the protective layers around your brain and spinal cord, not an infection inside the brain itself. Bacterial meningitis can turn life-threatening within hours. Viral is usually milder, but you can't reliably tell which one you have at home. Fever, severe headache, neck stiffness, or sudden confusion deserve attention, even if someone doesn't have every symptom on the list. Finally, don't wait for a rash. It's a red flag if it shows up, but its absence proves nothing. Sarah's biggest mistake wasn't ignoring how sick she felt. It was waiting for one more symptom to confirm it before she let anyone take her seriously. Don't make her almost mistake. If this video helped you understand something you didn't before, drop a comment below. I genuinely read them. And if you want more plain English emergency medicine content, don't forget to like and subscribe. As always, stay prepared, not scared.